Bonjour. Bonjour, bonjour. Bonjour from Paris, les amis. Glorious spring weather today. Bonjour et bienvenue. Impromptu stroll. It will be a short one, but this was too pretty not to share with you all. I know many among you miss Paris and France, and I thought you'd enjoy joining me. I am in the Bastille neighborhood. You may remember we came here a few weeks ago, at the beginning of the year, and I introduced you to the new and improved Bastille Square, which has been pedestrianized, sits over there. You can go back to YouTube and watch the replay if you haven't watched it. It's so pretty and sunny today, I can barely see the screen. Bonjour les amis. Here's to get you situated, the Bastille metro stop. You know, it's a big transportation hub. And we are in a neighborhood, a part of the neighborhood that was known as La Roquette. In fact, there's still a street known as Rue de la Roquette. Pretty much a working class neighborhood, like many working class neighborhoods in the eastern parts of Paris, eastern sections of Paris, where I've taken you on quite a few walks lately. And we will be taking another one on Saturday. I just posted the invitation on Facebook today, so don't miss it. I'm looking for some shade so I can see the screen and not burn up. It's fairly quiet because it's about 3 something in the afternoon. So people are at work. You know, the Bastille gets really busy, especially at night when the restaurants and the cafes and the bars are open. Of course, right now, as you can see, this is the new Paris. Everything has been closed for months now. And this is what we get to see as we stroll around Paris. Coucou, I see you. Chairs. Those iconic bistro rattan chairs lined up inside the tables. No customers. So I thought I'd take you on a quick little walk in a place you probably know already, for some of you at least. But in this area, there are quite a few just like it. This is probably one of the most elegant ones. It's known as le Cours Damoye. Damoye. D-A-M-O-Y-E. It's been here for a really, really long time. It was named after one local businessman who created it, I believe, in the 18th century. And of course, it was extensively renovated 20 years ago, so people could really enjoy it. And when you come here with the cobbled stones and the shops, workshops really, ateliers lining up le Cours Damoye, you kind of travel back in time a little bit, back to the time when this neighborhood was really well known for being a working class area, where a lot of workshops and factories were, specializing for a lot of them in woodworking and furniture making. So today, of course, none of that remains. You still have a few furniture stores, but they're all gone, mostly along the Rue du Faubourg Saint-Antoine, which is nearby. But here, le Cours Damoye is a very peaceful place. It's always nice in the summer when it's particularly hot outside to come in here. In a few weeks, this beautiful vine you see running along the walls is going to flower, and it will look really pretty. But because the shops and the workshops have been renovated within a bit of an industrial feel, you can kind of picture what it was like through the 19th century, early 20th century. There are so many of these little courtyards and dead-end streets. They call them cours in this neighborhood. A lot of them, of course, behind digicodes and doors, but because companies are based there, you can sometimes sneak in. Most of them will have a fountain, and the fountains have survived, and a lot of them are still working because this is how the people in these neighborhoods used to get their water. Yeah, I don't know what the vine is. I might think maybe it's a glycine, which is a wisteria. It's possible. It looks like one. I'd have to come back soon and see in a few weeks maybe. So I'm just going to stroll. It's a very short street, but I thought you might enjoy coming here with me. Isn't it nice? There are no birds because we are in the city and it's pretty lively out there, but it's still very peaceful. And you see people sitting outside, sometimes the people working for the companies lining the street. You see them working inside as well. Yeah, I mean, the vine just runs around the whole thing. You can see it. You see? So I've been walking around the neighborhood for a little while, and I was able to sneak into some of these cours, or private streets. And few of them are as pretty as this one, to be honest. But it's interesting to see how Parisians work. We always talk about how they live, but it's very interesting to see how they work, because a lot of them work in offices that are located inside those secret alleyways. A lot of them are young too, startup companies, very specialized workshops. There was a clockmaker in another one earlier. These two just came out of school. She's wearing on the left a cartable, which is the traditional satchel, the French school bag. French kids didn't used to have backpacks. They had the cartable, C-A-R-T-A-B-L-E. So this is a company. This is for work purposes, this one. Temporary work agency. But you have a little bit of everything. On the right over there with the yellow sign is a roastery for coffee. I stopped and bought some coffee earlier to bring home, to make my own coffee. And lunchtime is over, but they were sitting outside. So as I said, you can see they renovated all the businesses in this trendy industrial style. That's also, I think, a reflection of what used to be here, so it works. Just a few weeks early for the blooms, eh? Bonjour, if you just joined us, just an impromptu and very short stroll along a beautiful place right by the Bastille Square, known as the Cour Damoye, D-A-M-O-Y-E. The neighborhood has changed a lot, like many Parisian neighborhoods. Back in the day, there were a lot of specialty shops here. They are mostly gone now, but the neighborhood is still very attractive because of the transportation hub by La Bastille and also all the bars and restaurants. People come here for the nightlife. La Rue de la Roquette is one of the streets where you would find a lot of these, but of course right now it's all closed. So I'm tempted to go this way, so I can give you a peek at the Bastille Square before I wrap up. Hey, I have an Australian here. Yes, it's Le Cours Damoye. Le Cours Damoye, T-A-M-O-Y-E. Bonjour, bonjour. Le petit marché Bastille, de Bastille. You don't have a lot of these specialty shops surviving around here. They're all gone now, which is a little sad. I'm sure there was a real neighborhood feel a long, long time ago. If I cross here, I should be able to show you the Place de la Bastille with the famous column in the center. Remember when we were here in, what was it, January, on a very cold day, and we walked around it? What the heck? I'll take you there. It's right here. I'll take you there and then I'll keep going. I have things to do this afternoon. Here we are, you're facing the Bastille. Attacked by pigeons. Mayday, mayday. We are following the boulevard Richard Lenoir, Lenoir. If I turn back and follow that street, I'd eventually reach the Canal Saint-Martin, where I took my club members on a private stroll recently. Along the Paris waterways we've been talking about a lot. Bonjour les amis, I see you pop up. I used to come here when I was a student and I lived nearby in the 11th arrondissement. I used to come here a lot because they had movie theaters here. In fact, there's one left on the left here. So I spent a lot of time in La Bastille or around La Bastille. The two kiosks are they're always here. They sell snacks, sugary stuff, crêpes, gaufres, glace, churros, you name it. I'm gonna make you hungry. I'm gonna make myself hungry. Oh boy, churros stuffed with Nutella. Churros fourrés au Nutella. Not enough sugar, let's add Nutella. And the pink one is here, Zuzu, with the movie theater in the back. That's actually a nice view right here. And the back of Richard Lenoir, going all the way there, long one. All right, let's cross this thing so I can take you to the other side in case you've missed the live stroll we did here on the new and improved Place de la Bastille. And I'm risking my life right now because I have to watch out for bicycles on top of cars. All right. Like I tell tour members when I used to be on tour, let's wait for the little green man. We're not going to be taking chances here. So to give you an idea, you have cars coming from this side. They've totally redesigned the square. This is a bicycle lane right here, so bicycles can cross. There's another one here. You gotta look around. Be like a fly and have eyes in the back of your head. All right. Maybe I'll be here all afternoon chatting you up as I wait for the little green man to show up. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. Maybe I'll jaywalk like all Parisians do. Green man! Okay, one done. So you'll see it's changed a lot because the traffic used to go all the way around, as you recall. It was the second worst place to drive in Paris after the Place de l'Étoile around the Arc de Triomphe. Great place to learn how to drive. If you survived La Bastille and La Place de l'Étoile, then you were ready for basically everything. All right, we made it in one piece. Yes, sir. Look at this beautiful architecture. So if we went in that direction over there, we would head to Le Marais, the popular trendy neighborhood in the 4th arrondissement, where I've taken you as well. All these replays are on the Friends with Véro YouTube channel. Go and subscribe so you don't miss any of the virtual tours I share. And here we are on the new and improved Place de la Bastille, pedestrians only and bicycles. The weather is a little bit better than last time I was here with you for sure. Here is the Opéra Bastille, the second opera house in Paris. It took the place of a former train station that used to be called La Gare de Vincennes, the Vincennes train station. And we are headed for water right in front of us. And this is the newest part, So I'll show you that section and then I'll wrap up. This is already turning into a longer stroll than I intended. You see, pedestrians, no more cars on this side. Le génie de la liberté sitting on top of the column. For all the history details about this square, what happened here over time, the transformations, I'll refer you to that stroll we took here in January on the YouTube channel. I think it's called the new and improved Bastille or something along those lines. And this is also new, the stairs making access to le port de l'Arsenal easier than it was. And as you know, if you followed some of my strolls about the Parisian waterways, you know this is where the famous Canal Saint-Martin, the third of the Parisian canals, starts or ends. I'm glad you're enjoying this. I'm enjoying it too. What a lovely day. What a beautiful day. We've had a lot of bad weather. We've earned this. Look how pretty this is. We are right under the metro line 1, Bastille stop. This is where you arrive. And this is where the Canal Saint-Martin, if you took those tours on the boats, the Canorama boats, this is where you would go underground and emerge back out on the other side to go through all the locks, taking you to the Bassin de la Villette, where we strolled recently. People actually live on those boats. They can spend quite a bit of time here. There aren't that many slips, so it's a coveted area. You can see the impromptu picnics. So it's always been possible to come down here from, there's another access over there, but right now it's easier with those stairs. You can do it directly from La Bastille now. Music Man is following me, so I hope you're okay with his music because it looks like he's going to be playing it for a while. Maybe I should start singing some Charles Trenet, see what happens. Quite a peaceful scene, huh? This was a pretty industrial area for a long time, if you recall the story, so it's kind of nice that they have kept, like for example, this crane, because it is a port, not just, well, it's mostly for leisure now, but it's good to remember that as well. If you follow the Port de l'Arsenal to the end, which is not very far from here, the 9th and last lock of the Canal Saint-Martin opens out to the Seine River, and that's where the trip ends for the Canal Saint-Martin. That's how you can connect the canals a long way away from here, through the Bassin de la Villette, connected all the way to the Seine River through this last stretch here. That is a nice view. You see Metro Line 1, you see the column, and you see the opera, Bastille, Opéra de la Bastille. Bonjour les amis, if you just joined us, this is the end of an impromptu stroll I just started. That turned out to be longer than I thought. They tend to. It's hard to leave you on such a pretty day when I know that so many of you miss Paris and France, so I couldn't just do a 30-second. That would be a little cruel, wouldn't it? All right, so as a reminder, I just posted the invitation today. We're having another virtual tour on Saturday. It'll be at 5 p.m. Paris time, and I'm taking you to another of the former villages of Paris. I see lots of people here. Many are not wearing face masks, which they should. And the French president is scheduled to make a speech tomorrow and announce some new restrictions, no doubt. And with this weather, it's going to be challenging to rein people in, I can tell you that. We'll see what happens. We will make it work somehow. All right, I'll stroll through the garden if I can here, and then I'll leave you because I'll pop back up on the street over there. So yeah, join us on Saturday, another village of Paris in the 20th arrondissement. I think you'll enjoy it. Kind of find the lesser told stories and less visited areas, at least by most visitors. So you have this pretty garden on the side here that kind of follows the water. Trying not to film people because they don't like it. And I don't want to get in trouble. Yes, it is springtime in Paris, you're right. We see a few blooms over there on the left-hand side. It'd be nice to be on a boat today. If my friend Arnaud, who's also a Rick Steves tour guide, is watching from his boat in Cergy village west of Paris, gros bisous Arnaud. I know you must be enjoying your deck right now on the houseboat. This bridge is a great spot to take photos of La Bastille, by the way, when you return. Because if you look back, you're at the same height, so you can take some really nice shots of the Colonne de Juillet, the big column. It's really pretty from up there. The marina seems full, more than full, overflowing. All right, I'll go to the end here and, oh, how about here? I'll just go up here. Making this up as I go. This was not really planned out. So you're just strolling with me as I would by myself. This is what we'll do. So this is the garden I was talking about. I can't read all your comments, but I'll read them later, as I always do. Almost 200 people to watch this for an impromptu walk. This is a pretty good turnout, I'd say. Bonjour. Pardon. He had a dog, I have a camera. We had to make it work. There we go. I'm going to be on the bridge I just mentioned to show you I didn't lie, and then we'll wrap up. Look at these beautiful trees. Wow, this is really pretty. Could be summer. Yeah, we're happy to see the sun for sure. Paris doesn't get that much sun. All right, so see, I told you you'd have a great view from this bridge. Look at that. How about that? This is really pretty, isn't it? These people are having a great time. That's where they all were. I was wondering why fewer people, there were no crowds around the Bastille. I was like, where is everybody at work? Now I know they were here. And this is where the Canal Saint-Martin over there ends in the Seine River. There is a lock over there. So let's see a quick hello. I'll do this. Voila, with the sun in my eyes, completely blinded by the light. For those of you who don't know me yet, my name is Véro, and I pop up here on a regular basis for planned, scheduled virtual tours and more, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and I'll be back here on Saturday. So thank you for joining me today. I'll switch back so you can take one last peek at Paris. Voila, how about that? Thank you for joining me today, mes amis. À très très bientôt. Bonne journée à tous. Have a great day.